Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. About a month ago, within like a week of each other, two relatively large creators, Ryan Wass and James Bray, both reacted to a video I made 4 years ago about why I left the United States. And I thought it was wild to see these guys both within a week of each other react to this 4-year-old video. I didn't understand. I don't really like understand reaction videos to begin with,
I don't understand.
why people enjoy watching other people watch videos, but here we are. I am very appreciative of them doing it because it has driven traffic to my channel, which is great. And I haven't watched these videos yet because it's cringe to watch yourself. It's not something I want to do. I do not want to watch these. I don't like watching my old videos. I never do, but I thought it would be fun to watch their reactions and react to their reactions. So in this video, I am reacting to Americans reacting to my video. So I hope you enjoy this. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. Let's just jump into it and get this over with because I am dreading watching myself. We're going to start with Ryan Wass's video because he did it first.
Fascinating videos to react to. Why I left the U.S. for Germany. Wow. Damn. He really switched teams like that. Actually, I view Germany as being on the same team as America. Maybe you guys don't. I don't know. I view the whole Western world as kind of like a team. You know, and maybe even the whole world as a team. I don't know.
I really switched teams. That's a thing we're going with. Okay.
Left the U.S. for Germany. A lot of people around election time here in America.
All right.
Especially around election time, I should say, are like, if you don't like it, then why don't you leave?
All right.
Yeah, he did. Seth said, "Oh,
He's not wrong. He's not wrong, and that's exactly what I said.
We'll find out. It's one of the fascinating things to hear. But go check him out, Seth in Berlin. There you go. He's not in America anymore. He's in Berlin. Let's see why. Always interesting to hear.
Hey, thanks for tuning into this video. Today I'm going to talk about the reasons why I decided to leave the U.S.
What a beautiful background that is, man. You can tell he's not in the U.S.
and come to Germany.
I definitely wasn't in the U.S. I was in Bamberg at the time.
Leberkäse and a coffee. And the funny looks I get when people pass by when I'm recording myself eating. So in order to understand why I moved here.
Well, I know German people have no, you guys will just stare at people, right? That's a.
He is not wrong.
I mean,
People do stare, and it is weird to record yourself. So,
I always feel like,
it's a funny situation.
It's like, no, well, it's German people that said that, and
yeah, it's not offensive.
Apparently, you guys, you're very straightforward. You just stare at if you find something interesting, you'll look at it.
Probably need to give a little bit of backstory about my history. I was in the Air Force from 1998 through 2004, and I'd been stationed.
That's pretty cool. It's not easy to get into the Air Force.
Stationed at Charleston Air Force Base in South Carolina for 2 years. Then I was stationed at Spain-Dahlem Air Base in the southwest part of Germany for 4 years. And while I didn't really like my job while I was at Spain-Dahlem, it gave me the chance to travel and see a lot of things that I wouldn't have gotten to see otherwise. It also let me fall in love with Germany. I love this country so much. So while I was in...
How cool is that? Also, I know this is weird, but I just want to see what he's eating. You know what I mean? I'm hungry. What was that? I know he said it.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, I was eating Leberkäse, which is not traditionally a breakfast food, so I learned.
So
but I really enjoyed it.
Is that chicken on bread?
Much.
Looks good.
So while I was in...
It's Leberkäse.
I got a bachelor's degree. I worked on my bachelor's degree in history and graduated from the...
That's the nice thing about being in the military is you get free education.
University of Maryland.
From a university.
And in 2004, right before I got out. At that point, I had...
Like, they will pay your tuition.
He's not wrong. I definitely will.
But maybe change jobs or to get out and do something. I just didn't know what I was going to do with a history degree. I thought my options at that point were either go to grad school and get a master's or a PhD in history or go to law school. And I decided to go to law school. 2005, I went to the University of Arkansas and graduated in 2008 with a law degree. And I practiced law for about 12 years. After I graduated in 2008, I moved to Las Vegas because I didn't want to go back to Dallas. And I never really ever had any intention of going back to Dallas. But then I moved, like I said, I moved to Las Vegas in 2008, and then the recession happened. I couldn't find a job. Basically, I ran out of money and I had to go back to Dallas.
Yeah.
So I moved back to Dallas, took the Texas bar in 2009.
How does this end up in moving to Germany?
And
I know. I kind of wandered. I kind of meandered in
we
this
met her, We
video.
went to high school together. We ended
So you and your wife both moved to Germany? That's hard to do.
up getting married.
Spoiler alert, not. We did not.
That was that for 10 years. And then didn't work out. We ended up getting divorced
Oh, well, there you go.
last year. Well,
Yeah,
separated
there we go.
last year. Divorce was final this year. And we're still friends. We still get along okay. We just didn't work being married. When I graduated law school, I never had any intention of going back to Dallas. And then so kind of I moved back. It wasn't really a choice. So, and then getting married, you know, my ex we had to stay in Dallas because she had 2 kids and there was custody orders and stuff. Plus her.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I feel like family is what makes moving, especially to a new country, really difficult.
It is.
She didn't want
It's
to.
very
So,
difficult
which I
if you're
understand.
married
The last
to
couple of years, I
coordinate
really,
it together.
My
You know.
anxiety was super high, and I never really knew.
I kind of
You know,
I kind of rambled a
where
lot
money
in
was
this
gonna come
video.
from. It was
I haven't watched this
That
since I
kind of
posted it.
interesting because I mean I don't know exactly where he's going with this, but you always hear Europeans talk about, you know, one of the biggest cultural differences between America and Europe is Europeans work to live and Americans live to work. And it seems like
Amen.
that might
That's
be
so
where he's going
true.
with this.
stressful life.
That's so true.
I started hating it and hating it more, and I realized I had to get out of it. So then Corona happened, and I had nothing but time, and I realized, why not move back to Germany? And
It's always fun seeing people walking around Europe because you can just see they're dressed so nice. I mean, yeah, people dress like
I mean,
this
they're
in
just
America
wearing
all the
jeans.
time.
They're just wearing jeans and a jacket.
There will be a lot of casual
I don't know if that's super
a
nice.
lot more casually mixed in.
and I started thinking about how to do it. Then I also started thinking, well, what else can I do besides practice law? And I was like, well, maybe I can now take the other path.
I'm sorry, I keep like interjecting total random shit. But the lack of cars going by is kind of fascinating.
Maybe go to grad
Yeah, this
school,
was a pedestrian zone. There
history and teach, or something.
typically
like that.
there aren't any cars that drive in the pedestrian zone
As an
in
international
like
student,
Altstadt,
You
Bamberg.
can go to college in Germany essentially for free. I mean, you pay a student fee every semester, which is 100 to 300 euros, you know, every term.
Even as an international student, that just blows.
Watching yourself, like this is the first video I made in Germany. One of the first videos I made. I did have a channel in Dallas, but I only posted a few videos on it. I was so uncomfortable talking to the camera, and it was so cringy. It is so cringy to watch yourself on video. It's just, especially when it's one of your first things you've done. It's so cringy.
It's my mind that could be free.
And you have to buy books and stuff, but other than that, you don't have to pay tuition. I know it gets paid by taxes, but I assume the incentive is you'll graduate and you'll stay here and then you'll start paying taxes.
Wow, that is so crazy. Wow, that's just so mind blowing. My God.
So
It
really,
is mind blowing, given how expensive college is in the U.S.
my main reason for moving here was I needed a change, and I had the opportunity, so I took it. And I've always loved it
Wow.
here. So
That's actually kind of inspirational. I'm not gonna lie. Not that I am in that position to where I need to restart my life or anything.
Oh.
But if you did,
Thank you.
people who do feel that way, that's a hard leap to take. But this guy did it, and that's pretty inspirational for those people. You know what I mean? You can change your life completely. Up and move to Germany, and go to school there. Wow.
it's so beautiful. I mean, it's a cool day today. It was rainy yesterday, but that's what you get when you're in Germany. I was wearing shorts the day before. The main reason is because I love it here. And then I had the opportunity to go to school. I applied, I got accepted to a program.
The lack of cars is just kind of blowing my mind. Obviously, I've known, of course, Europe has more of a walking culture and a bicycling culture. But in a video like this, it's so random. But in a video like this, it just accentuates it for me. We're in the middle of the city. And where are the cars? It's so peaceful sounding. There's no rushing traffic. How is that?
In Bavaria, southeast
I
part
mean, maybe
Yeah,
we're not in the
pedestrian
middle
areas
of
are
a
really
big city,
nice.
You know, I don't know.
of Germany. And so I moved. Simple as that, all right? Another reason I wanted to move here was simply the pace of life is different. I'm in Bamberg, which is in Bavaria, and it's a Sunday, and there's really nothing open except a few restaurants like this.
Maybe that's why there's not like... Is this a road? I'm so confused. Just as an American looking at this, I don't even know. I'm lost. I saw a couple cars going by, but this doesn't look like a road.
I understand, Ryan. It's confusing,
Can't drive
but
there.
it's a
can you?
pedestrian walking area.
But also, anyway, he said it's Sunday, so of course most stuff is closed. But there's still people out here.
People are
Just, I don't know. American, I cannot comprehend. Can't comprehend it.
out walking and enjoying life.
But it's pretty beautiful.
They have quiet hours on Sunday. Everything's closed on Sunday, except for restaurants. It's a nice pace of life. It's different. They put value on different things than we do in America. My final reason really is political. I'm terrified of the U.S. elections in November. I am not a
Wow. Wait, when was this? Interesting. That's kind of funny. He said that, and I'm like thinking he's talking about this one. Because this one, every 4 years you get these scary, huge elections.
Oh, and it
This was last
it's
time.
going to
This
be
was
as bad
Biden
as we
Trump.
think, guys.
Trump supporter. Never
Yeah.
U.S. elections in November. I am not a Trump supporter. Never have been. Never will.
I don't think any Trump supporters are moving to Germany. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong. They don't even have passports.
And I'm pretty sure I'm terrified, and I'm terrified that he's going to try to steal the election.
I was prescient, wasn't I?
Hold up.
I was prescient.
You gotta just acknowledge this guy needs to, he needs to like, I don't know. He's got a good track record of
Wow.
predictions. Let me just say that. Wow. Did he really just say that? in
Wow. You're
September
right.
Before the election. Okay.
I forgot I said that.
Okay.
I absolutely
Terrified.
forgot I said
I'm
that.
blown away by that.
Terrified that he's going to try to steal the election. And I think it's going to get really bad there.
You should have warned somebody, dude.
And I personally think Trump is not the disease, he's a symptom of the disease. And there are too many people who support him and agree with him for my taste. I can't tell you how many times I heard, well, if you don't like it, why don't you just leave? So I did.
You're right. I did say that.
Oh my god.
I forgot I said that too.
Yes, dude. Who's
You
making
are, Ryan.
predictions
You are.
now? Oh my god. What did I say at the
Oh,
beginning of
that's
this video?
hilarious.
I have no intention of going back. Maybe one day. I mean, I'll go back to visit my parents and stuff, but I have no intention of living there again.
Wow.
It's far too regressive. Healthcare is insanely expensive. And it's, I'm not getting younger, so that's important to me to be able to afford healthcare. Values and the conservativeness of America doesn't fit me. So that's why I moved here.
I have to say, I'm not even, I never think of things from a political lens, but I just have to respect someone who's like, yeah, I totally disagree with this, half the population over there politically, so I left. and move somewhere where I do, I'm more in line with what they believe.
Thank you.
That's pretty amazing.
Those are just a few reasons.
Difficult to do, to be honest. Difficult to do. It's not easy to just upend your life and go move to a different country.
I'll give you more in the future, but I thought we should have a conversation about this and talk. I'm still working on getting an apartment set up, and so I can set up a studio.
You got to install the kitchen, huh?
I didn't have to install a
So
kitchen.
you're going to have to deal with seeing beautiful sights and me talking at cafes and stuff for a while until I can get it set up. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've found it entertaining.
Wow,
I
it is so
certainly did.
cringe to
If you
watch
did,
yourself.
please click the
so
like button.
cringe.
Will do. Will do.
And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel,
Okay,
please
I
go
will.
ahead and do so.
Wow.
That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Okay, I'm sorry. I got distracted by seeing this picture of a Nulf. Anyway.
Well, thank you, Ryan, for reacting to my video. I really appreciate it. You drove a lot of traffic to my channel. What's funny is the same week that this video came out, I released a video talking about my 4 years since I made this video. I didn't plan it. I had no idea this was coming. So I referenced this video in that video. So it's wild, and it helped, like, just it I got way more traffic, way more subscribers than I normally get from something like that. So truly, thank you very much. But now, since we watched this, I'm just going to do one long video where I react to both videos that I saw. So now we're going to hop into James Bray, he has something like, James has 532,000 subs, and he reacts to my video. I've never seen a video by him. I've never seen a video by Ryan. I've seen stuff by James pop up, but I don't watch these kinds of videos, so I haven't seen it. But let's watch and see what James has to say.
What's good up, YouTube? It's your boy James Bray, and we're going to be checking out why I left the U.S.
Oh, I like his
actually did a very
graphics.
similar video titled "Why I Chose Germany Over America," which detailed how I even got into making content that is centered around Germany.
Oh, I guess he's already in Germany.
Leave a comment down below, like the video, get this
Interesting.
video to 1K likes. I don't really do like goals like that, but we're gonna start doing like goals, because why not? I want to see if his reasons line up with my reasons. Now, I never moved to Germany. I've been visiting.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
scoping things out. Will I
He
move
hasn't-
in the
he
future?
hasn't moved to
So,
Germany
a lot of
yet.
You guys asked me that very same question. I don't know.
Today I'm going to talk about the reasons why I decided to leave the U.S. and come to Germany.
Oh, this is gonna be good, man. Why did he switch teams?
Well, I do that.
It's not a team. It's not a game. That's okay.
Leberkäse and
Hey, Leberkäse fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie. to you.
Leberkäse is fire.
Fire, bro. Leberkäsebrötchen. Is it Leberkäse or the Leberkäsebrötchen? Because Leberkäsebrötchen is so fire, bro. Both of them are good. Both of them are very good. But
Leberkäsebrötchen. No ketchup, though. It had sweet mustard.
and the funny looks I get when people pass by when I'm recording myself eating. So in order to understand why I moved here, probably need to give a little bit of backstory about my history. I was in the Air Force from
I'm in the Air Force now. Y'all see
Oh, James is in the Air Force. Okay.
this green tea? I'm literally in the Air Force. I've been in the Air Force for 11 years, man. So
Oh, wow.
that's
Okay.
pretty cool.
1990.
James was in the Air Force, too.
2004, and I was stationed at Charleston Air Force Base in South Carolina for 2 years. Then I was stationed at Spain Dahlem Air Base.
That's the promised land. Let me let you guys know something. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's every military member's dream to be stationed in anywhere in Europe, specifically Spain Dahlem or Ramstein. Now, if
See, when I was there, Spangdahlem was definitely not the promised land. It definitely isn't what it is today. Today, it's a lot bigger. There's a lot more stuff there. But Ramstein Ramstein definitely was the promised land when I was in the Air Force. And you would go, like my wife at the time and I would go to Ramstein. It's like 2 hours away from Spangdahlem, and we would drive to Ramstein because there was a really good Mexican food restaurant there that we liked. I mean, I say good. It's good for Germany, better than anything we could find. So we would drive to Ramstein to go eat Mexican food and to shop at the BX. So Spangdahlem still at the time was pretty small. The BX wasn't very nice or anything. And actually I was I was living at the Bitburg section of Spain. I was living in Bitburg on the Bitburg base, which is no longer open. They increased the size of Spangdahlem Air Base and closed the Bitburg section. I mean, Bitburg at that point was just open for housing, but they closed that down and moved everybody over to Spangdahlem.
You can get stationed in any of those bases and make it to Germany. Your career is pretty much a golden career. People retire there. People get out and live there. It's the promised land. I promise you. I promise you. I've said this for years and years and years. If you make it to Germany through the military,
that's true. People do that.
And unfortunately, because I do the YouTube thing here and the military knows I do YouTube, I told you guys there is a 0% chance I will be getting stationed in Germany. So, hey, man, listen, maybe if I didn't do YouTube, I'd be able to be over there. But then you guys wouldn't know who I was. And we'd be living in a different timeline in the multiverse. Okay. But I'm just letting y'all know.
In the southwest part of Germany for 4 years. And while I didn't really like my job,
I wonder why.
It gave me the chance to travel.
Why the military wouldn't let him go to Germany if they knew he was doing YouTube? That's very curious. I wonder why that is, because maybe I would think it would be like good publicity, to get what he's doing out there. And he doesn't. I mean, I haven't watched really any of his stuff, but I can't imagine he does anything controversial. So that's really weird.
See a lot of things that I wouldn't have gotten to see otherwise. It also let me fall in love with Germany. I love this country so much. So while I was in the Air Force, I got a bachelor's degree. I worked on my bachelor's degree in history and graduated from the University of Maryland in 2004. Right.
University of Maryland, bro. They have that. Was he in Korea?
I work on my bachelor's degree, not my bachelor's degree.
South Korea right now. You guys know that too. But yeah. They have the University of Maryland on base right now. That's crazy.
Before I got out. At that point, I had the option of either to re-enlist, but maybe change jobs, or to get out and do something. I just didn't know what I was going to do with a history degree. I thought my options at that point were either go to grad school and get a master's or a PhD in history, or go to law school. And I decided to go to law school. 2005, I went to the University of Arkansas and graduated in 2008. With a law degree, and I practiced law for about 12 years.
12 years. Oh my gosh. Incredible.
After I graduated in 2008, I moved to Las Vegas because I didn't want to go back to Dallas. And I never really ever had any intention of going back to Dallas. But then I moved, like I said, I moved to Las Vegas in 2008, and then the recession happened. I couldn't find.
Yeah, the recession was rough. My father lost his job in 2008. A lot of people lost their jobs in 2008. A lot of major companies shut down in 2008. It was a very
he's not wrong.
Difficult time.
A lot of people did lose their jobs.
For sure.
Find a job. Basically, I ran out of money and I had to go back to Dallas. So I moved back to Dallas. Took the Texas bar in 2009. And, I met my wife. Well, re-met her. We went to high school together. We ended up getting married. And, that was that for 10 years. And then...
Oh, this is beautiful. Where is he at? Somebody in the comments let me know, where is this location even at, bro? Because this is insane. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. It probably said, is this Bamberg? This is Bamberg. Bro, I'm asking
I was so bad about...
It says Bamberg. Bamberg Zish or something. I can't really see what this says.
So bad. I was so bad about
this is Bamberg, bro?
Locating myself. Ugh, God, it's so cringy watching your old videos.
Didn't work out. We ended up getting divorced last year. Well, we separated last year. Divorce was final this year. And we're still friends. We still get along okay. We just didn't work being married. When I graduated law school, I never had any intention of going back to Dallas. And then so kind of I moved back. It wasn't really a choice. So, and then getting married, my ex we had to stay in Dallas because she had 2 kids and there was custody orders and stuff. Plus her parents were there and she didn't want to leave. So, which I understand. In the last couple of years, I've really, my anxiety was super high and I never really knew.
Oh, this is beautiful, bro.
Where money was going to come from. It was stressful life, and I started hating it more, and I realized I had to get out of it. So then Corona happened,
Oh,
and
Corona.
I didn't have nothing but time, and I realized, why not move?
Corona was a pivotal moment in history in general, because I think that's where a lot of you guys probably started following me from. A lot of the major reactions and memes and clips that happened that put me where I'm at today happened during the pandemic and whatnot. A lot of
That's right.
old meme clips of myself where I went viral back in the day happened again, like right around the time the pandemic was a thing. There were a lot of overnight careers made, a lot of wild stuff happening. I'm low key kind of glad like everything panned out the way it did, but I do understand it was very difficult for a lot of people, even myself. I mean, it was pretty rough on a lot of other fronts, but all in all, things worked out the way that they did. So I'm not too mad at that.
Moved back to Germany, and I started thinking about how to do it. Then I also started thinking,
I wish I had blown up to
what else can I do with
500,000
this kind of
subs
salt?
during
Well,
COVID.
maybe I
It
can
didn't happen for
now
me.
take the other path.
I don't know exactly what he did though,
Maybe go to
so
grad
I
school,
should
get a
check more of
degree
his stuff
and
out.
teach, or something like that. Then I found out, as an international student, you can go to college in Germany essentially for free.
God, I
mean,
look
you
so
pay a
different.
student fee every
Ugh, I
semester,
hate watching
which is
myself.
100 to 300 euros.
That's not bad at all, but I didn't know that applied to people who are not German. That's insane.
Every term, and you have to buy books and stuff. But other than that, you don't have to pay tuition. I know it gets paid by taxes, but I assume the incentive is you'll graduate and you'll stay here, and then you'll start paying taxes. So really, my main reason for moving here was I needed a change, and
That's cool. Very
I
smart.
had the opportunity, so I took it. And I've always loved it here. So it's so beautiful. I mean, it's a cool day today. It was rainy yesterday, but that's what you get when you're in Germany.
Honestly, dude, I'm telling you, like he went through a lot of stuff. And again, I mean, people have different reasons for moving to Germany and stuff like that, and I can definitely see it. Me personally, I would not at this point in my life move to Germany yet. Just because I want to
I
travel
went
the
through
world,
a
see
few
a bunch of
things.
stuff. I want to keep traveling to Germany and seeing more of Germany and even more of Europe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily recommend everyone move to Germany, right? Like, but definitely come see it. Come if you haven't been to Germany. I give so many tours to people who very rarely is Berlin their first trip to Europe. Most people their first trip to Europe, they're doing Rome, they're doing France, they do London, the standard tour. And Berlin, in Germany in general, unless you're like going to Munich or Oktoberfest, is always kind of an afterthought. But definitely check Germany out, check Berlin out if you haven't been here.
Specifically and whatnot. I've had a blast over there every single time. You guys have treated me like, like, I don't know, treated me like almost like royalty damn near whenever I land in Germany. So I really appreciate that. But I feel like with Germany and stuff like that, the one thing that I've been concerned about has been the taxes. High.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
US
you
and
know
Germany when it comes to
what
that. So
I don't
think it
make
would
enough
hit
money. I
somebody
make
over
like
too
I
hard,
make like
but
90
with the
euros a
YouTube
month.
stuff and the self-employed business stuff, I think I still would. I mean, the US is already pretty rough on stuff like that. So imagine Germany taking it up a notch a little bit. So I would definitely be a bit worried. I mean, there's a reason why you got people like Simon Unge and like other big YouTubers from Germany moving, or they have already moved to Madeira, because the taxes there are virtually like 1 to 5%. Like that seems ideal for that
He's
line of
right.
work, right? But in Germany they be taxing people, but hard. Now, obviously, the public gets to benefit directly from that, so that actually is a really cool thing. But it's just
I wouldn't say cost of living is high. I think it's lower than
everything is super
the
cheap in
U.S.
Germany. I will
I'll
say
put on the
things
screen what
balance out a
the
little
index
bit.
cost of
Food's
living
a lot
index, but I
cheaper
would
in
say it's
Germany
probably
for
lower than
sure,
the U.S.
but
But salaries are
cost of
also lower than
living
the U.S.
is
So he's right. It
kind of
kind
high,
of
I would
balances
say.
out.
What do you guys think in the comments down below? How would you say the cost of living is in Germany? I would say after visiting for a little bit, And talking to some people that live there, it does seem pretty high, but it does also seem like the jobs match the environment, if that makes sense.
I was wearing shorts the day before. The main reason is because I live it here. And then I had the opportunity to go to school. I applied, I got accepted to a program in Bavaria, southeast part of Germany. And so I moved. Simple as that, all right? Another reason I wanted to move here was simply the pace of life is different.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's not this like you have to constantly do things to elevate and stuff like that in Germany. People are very content. That's one thing that I really appreciate about that culture that I'm still learning to this day. I do feel like I have to viciously grind and, be able to excel and elevate as much as I possibly can. But in Germany, man, people are like, hey, listen, as long as you're taking care of business, relax, man. Like people really take pride in their personal lives in Germany. Like they take pride in relaxing and enjoying life and living at a comfortable pace. But in America, it's like fast, 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 fast. Make money work, make money work, make money work. And
That is
enjoy
so
whatever
true.
you earn
Pace of
whatever
life,
time you have
the
left, which is not very
things that
much.
matter in
So,
life
you have
are
a lot of people
so
crashing
different
out
here
over
than they
this.
are
Very big
in the
difference,
U.S.
and it's telling. It's very telling.
I'm in Bamberg, which is in Bavaria, and it's a Sunday, and there's really nothing open.
I thought Bamberg was up north, bro. I didn't know that was in Bavaria, bro.
Yeah,
No
I
idea.
think
That's cool.
I think technically Bamberg is in Upper
I will
Thuringia,
say this: I have
maybe.
never seen people walk as much as
I
I've
could
seen
be
them
wrong
walk
about that. I
in
think
Germany, bro.
Bayreuth is in Upper
Which is
Thuringia,
also why I get
but I
when
say
people visit
Bamberg.
places like
I think
America,
it's
they're
technically
very eager to
Bayreuth, but I
walk
think they
around the
claim
same way
Upper
they walk
Thuringia.
around in
I could be
Germany.
wrong about
But
that though.
unfortunately, America not built like that. Okay, especially with the people we got out there, it is not built like that. It is dangerous. Okay, and also it's just not designed for walking all over the place. Now the cities are, again, be careful, but most places in America are designed for you to drive. Okay, so very different vibes, and it also
He's right.
promotes
America
very
is
different
not built for
lifestyles.
walking.
Generally speaking, I think there is a healthier lifestyle in Germany. People are a bit thinner. They're not thin, but they're a bit thinner for sure. And America is we got an obesity problem. I think Germany is starting to have an obesity problem too, but not as bad as America.
They have quiet hours on Sunday. Everything's closed on Sunday, except for restaurants.
Yep.
It's a nice pace of life. It's different. They put value on different things than we do in America.
Absolutely.
My final reason really is political.
It is so easy to gain weight here.
Yeah.
I mean, I was definitely
US
not
elections
skinny
in
then.
November.
I was overweight when
my
I
God.
got there.
Yes, sir.
I probably weighed
Yes,
245
sir.
pounds.
Either way, bro, listen. I feel
Which
like
I'll
y'all
put the
won't see me for
kilograms on
very
the screen. I
long.
still can't think of
The way
kilograms.
things is going on
I got up
media,
to,
you
God, I
can't
was
say what I just said,
286
you know
in
what I'm saying?
January
So
when I started losing
if
weight.
y'all don't see me for a while,
And right now I'm sitting at
it's for real, and I
206.
love you.
So I
You
lost
know
like
what I
80
mean?
pounds since January.
Elections
Um,
are always
So
a
just
time
walking.
to
I think
be.
eating right and walking. I haven't started going to the gym yet or anything.
It's
Um,
always very
But yeah, he's
hostile
right.
in America.
It's
Now,
easy
it
to gain weight
probably
here if you
is in
don't
Germany
walk,
too,
and
considering
even
the
if you walk,
AFD is on the
if somebody
super
I read
rise right
you
now,
can't
but I'm telling you,
outrun
think about an
you can't
election like
outrun a
that
bad diet.
every
So it
time
all
we get
comes
an
down to what
election,
you eat,
and
and a lot more
that's
fast
exactly
food
what we're
here.
dealing
It's
with.
coming here.
There's
A lot of
no
heavy
like
food, a lot of
it's like there's
smoking
two
too for whatever
extremes, and you
reason.
have two extremes,
So
and I'm
yeah,
not even
it's
talking about the
definitely
candidates themselves, although we could get into that. But I'm
it's
talking
less
about
bad than it is in the
people
U.S.,
who
but
back the
it's
candidates.
still a thing.
Us, the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't respectfully disagree anymore. People have to lob all kinds of hostility towards other people if they have a difference of opinion. It's actually scary. So you can't really talk about politics without being on someone's bad side or being within someone's crosshairs. And as y'all saw, there was some motivated, pew, pew, pew earlier this year that happened to be political. So very scary time to be in America right now, I would say. I'm glad I'm overseas, so I don't have to worry about that, fortunately. But good. Googly moogly, man. Crazy work.
I am not a Trump supporter, never have been, never will. And I'm pretty sure I'm terrified that he's going to try to steal the election. And I think it's going to get really bad there. And I personally think Trump is not the disease, he's a symptom of the disease. And there are too many people who support him and agree with him for my taste. I can't tell you how many times I heard, well, if you don't like it, why don't you just leave? So I did.
Well, that is true. People are like, if you don't like it, why don't you leave? I'm here. I'm literally here. I'm not in America right now, so I guess that makes sense. I'm just telling you, in general, bro, it's rough. It's very rare that you can have a
I'll actually disagree with him on this. There are not two extremes. There's one extreme and one response to the extreme.
American with other Americans. Now, I'm not sure what you guys' experience has been with discussing politics.
Boy, he stopped on like a weird look.
Please, if you would be so kind,
I hate watching myself.
comments down below because I am very curious.
I'm going to
I
interrupt
have no
here.
intention of going back.
You cannot have a civilized conversation with people who are uncivilized.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
It's not about disagreeing with policies. Like we can agree to disagree on, tax rates or on should we build bigger roads or whatever. We cannot agree to disagree on fundamental human rights.
I don't really.
So yeah, you can't have
Do I have friends and stuff?
you can't
Yeah,
have,
but we all live our own lives, man. It's not
civil
like we can't
discussions
FaceTime or
with
some
people
shit.
who are
Like,
willing to
I
take
don't need
other
to be there.
people's
I
rights
don't need
away.
to be there. And if I'm there for anybody else, I'm not there for myself. So I'm gonna be overseas as long as I can. Okay. I will.
I can see why James is popular. He's very animated. He's very bubbly and has a great personality. I can see why he's popular.
I have no intention of living there again.
Very good camera presence.
It's far too regressive. Healthcare is insanely
Healthcare is diabolical, bro. Healthcare is crazy work right now. I mean, the only reason why I'm chilling is because I'm literally in the military. But like, if I wasn't, bro, oh my God, I heard that people paying $300, $800 a month for healthcare. For why?
If you're paying $300 for healthcare, that is insanely good. I don't know anyone who's paying $300 for healthcare in the U.S.
expensive.
Yep.
And
Inflation. It's nuts right
I'm
now.
not getting younger, so that's important to me to
Yeah.
be able to afford health care. Values and the conservativeness of America doesn't fit me. So that's why I moved here. Those are just a few reasons. I'll give you more in the future, but I thought we should have a conversation about this and talk. I'm still working on getting an apartment set up and so I can set up a studio. So you're gonna have to deal with seeing beautiful sights and me
It's
talking to
so
cafes
cringy
for a
watching
while
yourself.
until I can get it set up. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've found it entertaining.
That was awesome. That was very well said. I feel like I got a whole roundabout, idea of why he moved to Germany, and they're all very valid reasons. There are reasons why I'm literally in Korea right now, man. I noticed that inflation was kicking America's butt. Okay, the prices for things was going up, and the pay for people working was going down or staying the same. So it was costing a lot to just exist in America, amongst other things, right? People are crashing out more than they ever have before. People can't deal with their own emotions, so they're going crazy and taking the lives of others on a daily basis. And not just in big cities anymore. It's all over America. So you don't know when the next person's going to snap or break. And then we get another, mass shooting reported on the news. We don't know when that'll happen. I mean, but I can tell you it'll be real soon because America is like, the country of crash outs, man. And then politics and religion. You can't talk about those things at all, even in a joking way anymore. Just because we've gotten to a point, man, where it's either if you're with me or you're my enemy. That's the mentality a lot of people have. I absolutely despise that. I feel like you should be able to have a civilized discussion with people who think completely differently from you without insulting anybody.
He's right.
berating
He's for
anybody.
sure.
Just straight up hearing the other side out. You don't have to agree with them, but I do believe in having conversations like that, and you can't really do that anymore in America. I mean, not saying like at all, but
Again,
it's not
you
common,
can't
you know what I mean?
have a civilized
There's a very
discussion with people
strong
who are
hive mind
uncivilized.
mentality, And I am going to say
Bottom line.
Germany is starting to take that on as well.
Yes,
In
you
a
don't
very
have to
different
insult
way,
people,
you know,
but I
it's
will
just, I
never,
don't know. I feel
ever,
like
ever,
the
once,
more I
ever,
travel,
ever
the more I
agree to
realize how much
disagree
I missed out
with
on
somebody
just
who fundamentally
being
wants to
only
take
in
human rights
America
away from
for
other
the
people.
majority of my life. So I do want to get the experience of traveling all over the place, really soaking in some internal values, growing as an individual, and then when I'm ready, I guess I'll go back. But let me know how you guys think and feel about that in the comments down below. I really appreciate you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like this video up. Again, 1K likes.
That's for sure true.
1K likes.
Travel broadens your perspective and broadens the way you see the world. People who see more than just their home state, their homeland, are more open-minded and more willing to understand things that they don't understand, because the world is so scary when you can see it, when you can sort of understand it. Oh, that was really great. So thank you guys. So thank you, James. Thank you, Ryan, for reacting to my videos. Even that video was so cringy. I really do appreciate it. It really, it's gonna help me grow and help my channel grow. And I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. Talk soon, guys.